gonna get back and started to where I just left off from. I think I was talking about the second time of going up there, or just the second incident of going up there. And yeah, for sure I was putting lotion in her legs. When I hear she's yelling, "Get up and find my remote!" And I'm saying she ain't had your remote. Neither one of us had your remote. And he was like, "Y'all gonna find my remote." So while I'm saying we didn't have it, on seat, we didn't have your remote. So in the midst of saying that, he ended up hitting for Sean. He was like, "Y'all gonna get up and y'all gonna look for my remote." So I'm yelling, "Don't hit my sister. You have to hit my sister because we really did not have a remote. You don't even have cable. So what do we need the remote for?" So he goes to slap me in my face. Now this is the second time he has slapped me in my face. Yep. It's the second time he has slapped me in my face. I think it was only 2 occasions he did it. Yeah, them are the only 2 occasions. When I was a little girl, both the times, y'all. And so, when he did that, my head kind of turned, and there was this nightstand, because I was sitting next to the nightstand. I saw the remote right behind the little, he had this radio, and it was right behind the radio. And so I grabbed the remote. I said, "See your remote?" No, I didn't even grab the right point. I said, "See your remote sitting right there. You said you hitting on us, and we didn't even have your remote." And he was like, "I don't care, I don't care." And y'all get on my nerves. And I don't care if y'all tell y'all mama, call and tell y'all mama, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. So he ended up leaving the house. Now, mind you, I tell y'all, when he get from work, it's knowing when you get and you go and take us to get something to eat because you don't have no food inside the house. He left angry, and he did not come back. He did not come back. I ended up calling my mom right after it happened. And then she was like, "Well, where he at now?" And I was like, "Shit, we don't know. He ain't been back here since it happened." So she was like, "Okay, I'm on my way." Mind y'all, we lived in South Carolina. He was in Ohio. That's a 12-hour drive, give or take. So she had to drive all over the whole time. Mind y'all, her coming up there, we ain't see him. We ain't see him at all. We did not see this man. We didn't eat nothing. Talking about hungry or no. So that was that incident. That was that incident. The 2 of the crazy incidents from where he slapped me in my face. And y'all gonna get into why I had to give that backstory, to give the story of what happened recently in 2017. Well, 2018. 2017, I moved up there with my 2 kids at the time. Chandler wasn't even 1 year old yet. Chandler, I believe, at 10 months, because we moved there in November. So let's see, March, April, May, June, October, November. Dang, he wasn't even 10 months. He was 5 months. He was 5 months, and then Kaden had a birthday there, because Kaden's birthday is in December. So, me and my mama, we always been bumping heads, like I said in my previous video. If you have not gone to see it, go ahead and go to my channel. And the title is called Narcissist Mother / Family Drama. But me and my mama kind of was bumping heads prior to me going, because I told her that he contacted me and he wanted to build a relationship, and I was in an open space of doing that, because I had to forgive him for everything that happened in my child, my young adolescence, and my younger adult age. I had to forgive him for that, because there was no need to carry on that for what. So I already had forgiven him for that. And so she does not want me to go up there. She did not. When I said she did not want me to go up, to the point that she stopped talking, tell me, "Well, if you gonna go up there, then you can't stay here." So the last day that I was supposed to be there, I had to go and stay with my aunt. So I stayed with my aunt, and then I took the Greyhound, me and my kids, and we rode up to Ohio. So mind you, now he's married and he got another daughter, and she's a teenager. She's a preteen. So they have a 2-bedroom apartment. So I knew what I was getting myself into, and he knew what he was getting himself into, because you asked me to come there. I didn't ask him to come there. So the plan was that Simone was going to sleep in their bedroom with the mother, and that I would get her room, my sister's room, because of the hours that my dad worked. When he come home, he could just go in the bedroom or whatnot. Or if it was in between time and we would still sleep, when he did get home, he would just sleep on the couch. And then when everybody wake up, he would go in the bedroom. Right? That was the plan. He just thought that was just going to work. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I mean, I'm just going to step out on faith. That's when I had first began my spiritual journey. Let me not leave that out. I had began my spiritual journey that year. So I was just going through that phase, and then I just moved me and my kids to somebody that has betrayed my trust so many times and abused me as a child. I have now taken my children and stepped out on faith and to go see if I could build this relationship with them, because it was clear to me that me and my mother was not going to have a relationship, and it was just not going to work, and it just wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? One person can't want it so bad and the other person's just fighting with it. You just gotta go your separate ways. So I was like, okay, let me try to build a relationship with this man here. Let's see what he's talking about, you know? So I moved there. Everything was okay always, like how it always is when you move with somebody. It's always cool and fine and dandy until, you know, somebody real true colors come off, or somebody mask fall off that, you know what I'm saying, and you see everybody seeing them without their mask. So we had that going on. So the issue was so-called, the issue was he was spending too much time with me. His youngest daughter was feeling as though he was spending too much time with her. What she failed to realize is that you got 13 years straight with him. We ain't had no years. You know what I say, maybe as a baby or whatnot, I'm younger, but we have no years of him. But really, I could have cared less. I was like, go spend time with her. Like, you can get in where you fit in with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come here to mix up what you had going on. You asked me to come here because you want to build our relationship and work in our relationship, and I always wanted that. I always wanted that as a child. And even when I got older, I always wanted to be a daddy's little girl. Like, I honestly always wanted that. So even in my adult age, big 30, I give this man a whole another chance. So that was the first issue. The first issue was like, he's spending too much time with me. Mind you, he really wasn't. He worked crazy hours, and when he was home, you know what I'm saying, we chit chat, but it was awkward, so we really didn't say a whole lot to each other. So I understand how you feel as though we spent I took it all the time from him. Like, we go to the store, we don't ride to the store and whatnot, and we'll kind of make small talk. When I say it's awkward, and I can't hold no conversation with this man without feeling awkward. It's awkward because I don't even know what to call him. Like, I don't call him daddy. Like, I've never called him daddy because he's never been that for me. You know what I'm saying? I always, like, if I'm addressing him, I just start talking. I just start talking. So, yeah, it was that. That was the first little thing. I was like, here we go. So then I started to really get into my spiritual things. I started meditating a lot, and in the beginning I really didn't want to be on no type of government assistance. Like, when you first begin your spiritual, you begin to learn so much, and there's a lot of things that you're not going to want to do no more or whatnot. So I didn't want to take part in no type of food stamp. I just wanted to do it on my own or whatnot, because that was the only government assistance I had was food stamps or whatnot. And I didn't want to do that, so he was trying to make me sign up for food stamps. So I think I kind of started the process with it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with the food stamp thing. Like, he kind of got irritated with that and got an attitude with me about that with the food stamps. And then he was like, well, what about working wise? we can try to work the hours, get a job to work around your my hours, and blah blah blah. But y'all know he works. What's he running now? I don't know. I kind of block so much things. I've been holding so much things in that I blocked a lot. I suppressed it a lot, so maybe it'll come back to me. I just want to fast forward. So things just wasn't feeling right there. The vibe, I could like, it was off. Like I could have feel the tension, and I just wanted to get away. So my dad, whose side of the family was in, and an older cousin that I always had, wished that we was kind of close growing up. My aunt ended up being at her house, and then my aunt ended up calling me or whatnot, and they wanted me to come over, and I was like, cool, I'm coming over because I'm about tired of my house. I'm about tired of this. I can't take this here no more. This is just, I'm saying that to myself. I didn't never express to anybody to what was going on, or I'm saying that the vibes of what was going on. I was just dealing with it. So when they did that, that was after New Year's or whatever. Yeah, that was like a couple of days after New Year's Day, 2018. So my aunt got me an Uber there. They really it was weird because when they found out I was going, the wife was like, oh well, I'm making lima beans, and I made lima beans for y'all, and I want y'all. You ain't make that for us because you wasn't being nice before, but now I'm going somewhere else. You trying to play nice. You wasn't being nice before. Like you started, I don't know what to say about people. And then you're supposed to be a Christian. That was the thing, y'all. They so big in the church and act so holy out thou. These perfect family, nothing's wrong, everything's just picture perfect for them. That's how the picture that they paint. This whole holy art thou Jesus family. That's how they paint themselves to be. So, I ended up going to my cousin's house. Y'all, I ain't even had been there for an hour. And my dad called my aunt and was like, can Courtney stay with you? Can Courtney and her children stay with you? So mom was like, trying to get my attention. And so she put him on speaker, and she was telling us to be quiet. And she was like, what you say? Repeat yourself. She was like, can Courtney and her kids stay with you? She was like, why? What's going on? And so she was like, what happened? Anything happened? I said, no, nothing happened. She just can't stay here. So my aunt was like, well, what happened? Did something happen? Something have to happen for you to stay there? Like, why can she not stay there? Like, what is going on? There's nothing going on. It's just not enough room here. And da-da-da-da. So she was like, well, Bernard, you knew that before you told her to come up here. So how can you say this? So you know my roof getting fixed. I'm staying with Christina. So how can I take them in when I'm being taken in from somebody else, basically, or whatnot? So he was like, well, I don't know. She just can't stay here. So Maya was like, all right, I'll just figure something out. I'm in tears, y'all. In tears because that's hurtful to hear your daddy say. And knowing that you ain't did nothing, and knowing that yet again you chose a whole nother female again over your children. Because all these other times with these incidents, the first incident you chose this female over your children, you had slapped your daughter in the face because over a hair tie that they ain't even take. You know what I'm saying? So when are you ever, or will you ever stop? We're adults now. I guess it really don't matter. Like I always thought, like, would he ever? Chance is crying, and I know he's not gonna stop unless I see what he wants. So I'm gonna come. Alright guys, so I am back. But I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say, but I always wondered, like, was he ever going to take ownership in his actions? Or for him not being there? Because anytime that we did see him, he would never discuss or apologize not being there or his actions from the last visit. Like, he would just always want to talk to you like nothing ever happened, and he just, you know what I'm saying, like the shit just ain't happened. And I just think that's just crazy to me. But let me get back to the story because it gets juicy. So I end up saying how I'm seeing my cousin or whatnot, but like I think a couple of days after that, people started talking and finding out that he had basically kicked me and my kids out in the middle of the winter. Because it was, matter of fact, the day that I left there was a blizzard storm. But I had one leave so bad that I had to say, it's time, I got to go. So his sisters and brothers, like, I mean, well, his brothers, because only one sister there. His brothers start talking amongst each other one day, and all of a sudden he want to come back and say, you can come back and stay with us, and I could just sleep on the couch. Or that was already the plan, you know what I'm saying? That was already the plan. So I was like, no, I'm gonna just stay here. I was comfortable with I was more comfortable being there than there. I didn't feel as I was up around some snotty, uptight people. So I was more comfortable being around her and her children. So I decided to stay. So things got crazy while staying with her, y'all. That is a whole nother story, and trust and believe I'm making a video for that after this video, because listen, that was just crazy. So when that went crazy with me and her, she ended up calling my dad. Like one day I ended up when it seemed like when things go crazy, things get kind of wild, I just go in this like meditation state. Like I go in shutdown mode. I go in hermit mode. I'm a Virgo, so I just went on hermit mode on her ass. I really wasn't speaking too much because I really wasn't liking her actions too much of how she was doing her kids, how she was talking to kids, how she was beating her kids. I didn't like it. So we gonna go and fast forward to one day I was sitting outside in the backyard in the grass reading my book, and then my kids Kaden was outside playing, I think Chandler was with me. And so Kaden come to me and Kaden was like, Mama, I gotta use the bathroom. I said, well, go use the bathroom. He said, well, cousin, blah, blah. I know I said the name earlier, but I'm gonna bleep it out. Blah, blah, told me, locked me out, said I can't come. And I said, what? Well, tell you have to use the bathroom. She said, I did, Mom. She told me to go use it outside. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my God, nobody got time for this. I don't feel like this today. So after I finished reading, the way that the apartment complex is set up, it's like you can walk a lap around inside the middle of the apartment complex. So I just ended up just doing that or whatnot. And so she ended up coming outside when I came around maybe the second or third time. And she was like, you called my daughter B. Did I say I wasn't going to tell you the story? Okay, I ain't going to tell you the story. I'm going to. That day when that happened, she ended up already had called my dad. My dad ended up coming. And so she ain't even had to let me in her house. But let me tell y'all, I just want to tell that story so bad, but that have to be a story within itself. So he came and got me or whatnot, and then we ended up going to his house, but we never took my stuff out the car. So we was like, well, we got church service at that time. So I was like, okay, cool. So before church, he was like, well, we pull out this gas, and he was like, I just want to let you know that you can't stay with me, and we're going to have to go find, because we already had one looking for shelter stuff, and there was nothing for or whatnot, which I wasn't even enthusiastic to even looking anyway. So when he ended up pulling, he acted like he was about to go at his house, so he popped in his gas station, and he was like, I don't know what you gonna do, but you can't stay with me. You can't come to my house. And I was like, why? So it's because you lied to my daughter. And I said, what did I lie to her about? And he was like, you know what you lied to her about. And I was like, no, refresh my memory. What did I lie to her about, y'all? Because I don't lie. It ain't no need to lie for what. It makes no sense to lie. So I was like, well, Simone, since he wouldn't tell me, what did I lie about? So she was like, well, you lied and you told me that he slapped you in your face. I said, well, he did. And on 2 different separate occasions. I only told you about one time. So he was like, that didn't happen. And I said, that didn't happen? Nah, mind y'all, he in the driver's seat. I'm in the back seat behind the passenger side. So I'm looking, so that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I said, look at me and tell me that. Y'all, he turns his pickle ass head around and says, that did not happen. I'm boiling inside, you know, because when you know something has been done to you and somebody looking you in your face and telling you that did not happen. So I'm boiling. I was like, how can you look me in my face and say that? I said that happened 2 separate occasions. That's why your 2 daughters do not speak to you because of those occasions. How can you deny that? That didn't happen. You're a liar. The wife saying, you need to shut up. I said, I'm not going to shut up. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to shut up. For what? For what? It's a lie y'all spreading. He's lying, and he don't want y'all to know the truth because y'all got this pretty little perfect picture family made up, and y'all really not this perfect picture family. Say, well, you just ain't coming out. Either you got two choices. You gonna take the Greyhound back home, I'll pay for you to take a ticket back home, or I'll pay for you one night at the hotel. I said, well, I'm not going back home. He said, well, you could just go to a hotel, and I said, well, then that's just fine. So he's still saying we have to say that. I said, but you still. I said, realize what you're doing. You're telling me I can no longer. I said, you asked me to come here, and you told me that I can no longer stay with you because I spoke the truth that you did not want them to know. I said, had you not want them to know that, come and whisper in my ear and say, don't tell them about what happened when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? Give me the heads up so I don't say anything. I thought that was an issue that you done had come clean and clear and forgave yourself for, but it's clearly and obviously that you have not. Like, that just pissed me off the most. That was the worst thing. That's the worst thing that he had done now, because the story gets worse. So as he's driving, we on the highway, we still having words amongst each other. The wife telling me to shut up, and I'm saying I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut. I said, because I'm not a liar. That's one thing I do not do. I said, why would I lie about that? What benefit do I have to tell her this? She asked me, let's just tell you why I even told her that. She came to me, she asked me, why don't our two sisters, my sister and my mother, claim her or talk to her? And I told her that is why they don't talk, they don't mess with her, they don't claim. And on top of that, my mama, when we was younger, she would always say, y'all don't got no other sister, it's just y'all. So on top of that, and on top of his actions, is why my sisters, our sisters, do not speak to you. That's the truth. I'm wrong. Don't ask me no question if you don't want the real, true, honest answer. Don't ask me, because I'm going to give you the realness. I'm going to give it to you. And you may not like it, so don't ask me. You may not be able to handle it, so don't ask me. If my kitchen is a little too hot for you, get out. Don't even enter it. And that's just how I am. So, we had ended up pulling up at the hotel or whatnot. He said, I'm not even going to pay for the hotel. You can figure that out yourself. So I'm in the car like, you're not about to make me and my baby and my son get out of this car. And we stranded. I don't know where we at. Y'all, it's cold. I don't know where I at. I don't got nothing in my pocket. I got no money in my pocket. So no, you're not about to do that to me. So I refused to get out the car. Yes, I did. They don't want the police to come there too. I couldn't have did that. But what else was a girl to do? Just sit there and get out the car with two kids and just sit there on the curb, hoping and wishing that somebody. No, I had needed that had needed to happen. Like, the police had needed to be called, and I was afraid for the police to be called. So before the police got called, y'all, we was sitting in the car or whatnot. It's like, get out my car. I ain't paying for nothing. I said, well, I'm not getting out your car. So the wife was like, you won't get out. And da-da-da-da-da. So they unlocking the door. He done get out the car at this time. So he's telling the wife to unlock the door. So I got my hand on the lock, so the lock can't even unlock. So Simone takes her hand over, trying to put her hand. No, girl, don't put your hands on me. I'm just saying that. Don't put your hands on me. So, some way, somehow, I think the wife would end up reaching her hand back and getting the door unlocked. So, she had to get out the car at the time. Once the car door had to get over, I guess, to hold the door open so that he could have tried to pull me out. But Kaden was by the door. Then it was me. Then it was Chance. Chandler, like he calling Chandler Chance. I ended up taking Chandler out the car seat, and I had him in my lap. So, what was I trying to do? I don't know. I had my hand some type of way too, because she was, Simone was sitting right here. So she trying to push me out. So if you're pushing me, not only you pushing the child that's in my lap, you pushing the child that's by the door. So you're pushing me. Kaden's crying, y'all. Kaden is bawling in tears. So you know that got the mother in me boiling. Do you hear me? So some way, somehow, the wife reached over and hit me. And I look at this bitch like, I know she did not just fucking hit me. And then she gonna say something, don't hit my daughter. Bitch, ain't nobody hit your daughter. So I am holding my son, swinging at her. She's swinging back. The daughter trying to do it. So I now have to not hold Chance. I gotta sit a certain way so Chance kind of leaning on me and he ain't tipping over. So I'm holding her little monkey ass. Got the wife trying to swing the fucking wife this way. And so after I knocked them glass off, I guess, mind y'all, my daddy's standing in the doorway. He's standing right there while his wife is reaching in and hitting me, y'all. suffocating, crying. He finally grabbed. After a while, I just look at him like, you just gonna stand there? I don't even say nothing. So as I'm giving him that look, he going to police. That's when let's just call the police. Let's just call the police. I said, oh, I know what triggered her. What triggered her was when I had said, y'all act like y'all Christians, but y'all ain't nothing but the devil. I said, y'all are the devil themselves. Oh, that sent her flying. You hear me? That sent her flying. But trust and believe, lady, you gonna get yours. My ancestors is gonna be riding that ass. Who's to say that they ain't been riding that ass since you did that? One thing you gotta watch how you treat people and watch who you mess with, because you have no idea who y'all messing with and who God has a blessing and a calling in their life. He ain't about to let you slide, lady. You ain't about to slide. I can't remember this lady name for nothing. I wish I could remember her name. First, last name is Staples. I can't remember this lady last name for nothing, but I promise y'all, my skin, my blood still boils every time that I think about the incident, because my children are sitting, my child and my left and my other child right here, so you swing to hit me and both through my children. If you're a mother, you understand. But I was more upset with my daddy because he stood there and watched this lady do this and he did nothing. All because he wasn't man enough to own his wrongdoings. Now, if that ain't messed up and cowardly, I don't know what is. You can't even call yourself a man. You're not even a man in my eyes. So that happened. The police ended up being called. Me and my children had to ride in the back of police car to another motel, which they didn't make him, but they talked him into paying for a motel. So he went to this raggedy ass fucking motel, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, because he had dropped off the next day. He had just randomly popped up and brought some food, and it's like we went to the store down the street and grabbed some drinks or whatever. And yet he did not apologize, y'all. He just act like ain't nothing but going on. It was just an occasion to drop enough off something to eat, and I guess that's his way of showing his guilt. But that ain't apologizing. That's not making it better. I still look at you as a no good piece of chewed up bubble gum on the bottom of a dusty old work boot. I just don't understand people. Like, I really don't. But I had to go through that. All of that made me, the relationship with my mother, the relationship with my father, with them even not even being there, or the conflict that they caused in my life, made me who I am today. And I wouldn't trade it with the world. Like, I wouldn't trade it. Like, even though we do not have a relationship, and I don't have a relationship with my parents, I would not trade it, because who would I be if I didn't have those type of parents? You know what I mean? I feel as though I chose them to learn the lessons that I have learned thus far from them. So, that's the story on my dad. Just a little, the bulk of it. I just wanted to discuss that because I gave y'all the story of my mother, which is more stories with her because I was mostly around her more, so there's more experiences with her than him. What I can say is that I have more respect for my mother than I have for my father, because granted, whatever issues, personal issues that they had going on, my mother still was always there. You feel me? Toxic as she was still there. You feel what I'm saying? My daddy was not there. My daddy disappeared, and if he was there, he never took accountability. Granted, my mama did not take accountability for anything either, but her presence, she was, you know what I'm saying, she was kind of sort of around. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it was always bad between me and my mother, but I can say that it was always bad with me and my dad. You know what I mean? So I just say take what you can learn from any and each situation. That not only was a learning experience for me, but it was just an experience altogether. I was in the state by myself. I was just by myself. It was just me and my kids, you know, in a moment, in a space where I should be afraid and have fear in my heart. I was so at peace, and I felt so loved and so just, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word right now. But it just felt good. In the midst of the mess, it felt good. And I really do have to tell that hotel story, because when I was staying at the hotel, I didn't know how I was going to make it through the weekend or even after that, because I told you I didn't have no money in my pocket. I didn't have a job at the time. I was just stranded there. So as I said, he only paid for one night. So I'm making phone calls after phone calls after phone calls. And at the point, I was like, I got to give up, because the power of letting go, let me tell you, the moment that I had let go, I got a phone call. I didn't even I did put all in the work that I needed to put in. I did my part on my end. Now all I had to do was sit back and relax and let God and believe. Don't forget that part. You have to believe and trust that He is going to make a way. I had to really surrender. In tears, crying, y'all. My kids are sleeping. I'm crying. The tears, don't know how or where we going the next day. Woke up the next day and still do not know, y'all. I'm dragging my suitcase and my children in the car seat with my children, not knowing where I was going. To a lady, a nice lady. Two nice ladies, two Caucasian, people like to say all white races. These two white ladies, one of them, y'all, my one was a prostitute. I knew she was prostitute, but I didn't know she was prostitute. The other lady I told, but she was the first one to help. She had so much snacks, y'all, room stack up with fucking snacks. So she gave the kids snacks, and then me and her talked about what was going on. She was just saying, you don't deserve that. I've been through that. And how she was going through a crazy situation herself, and she didn't know how she even get this situation she was in. Not knowing that she was just telling me that she was a prostitute, she didn't know how that she had got into that. Me and her even had I wish I could remember these ladies' names. I know I'm Facebook friends with one of them, but that's a whole nother story. Somebody kept reporting my page, and the page got blocked. So I don't have contact with either one of them. But the second girl that I met, she was the one that I was actually leaving with my suitcase and stuff. And she was like, "You need help? Is everything okay?" Y'all know when somebody asks you, "Is everything okay?" and the tears just start rolling. And I ain't no crying. The tears just start rolling, y'all. I could not hold them back, and I started telling her what happened or whatnot. She was telling me about this place that she was supposed to go to, but she couldn't because her kids wanted to have their Xbox and stuff. This place didn't have TVs in the bedroom, blah blah blah. But long story short, that's what I ended up going at, y'all. These people came, they paid for the hotel for the rest of the weekend, gave us McDonald's gift cards. Y'all know I'm a spiritual journey, and I really don't. I never, before my spiritual night stopped, I had already stopped eating McDonald's. But I was grateful for the McDonald's gift cards. Do you hear me? It was for the whole weekend, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was paid for. Do you hear me? So I'm grateful for those two ladies. I wish I could remember their names, but I see their faces, and I think y'all every time that I think about the story, when I tell somebody about the story, like I think y'all spiritually all the time. So just live your life. Even though certain things may seem that it may not be going right and it may not be going your way, you don't understand why this person is acting this way or why this. Trust and believe in God, because those things are not happening in vain. Those things are happening for a reason. Learn the lesson from it. See the lesson that you can get from it. And I promise you, you will not regret it. So until next time.